playing with a lead like this going into a second leg as opposed to being tied, is there anything you got to remind the players of to be mindful of as far as how they approach the game?
I think the tactics are the same because the tactics we want to come out and establish tempo, create chances, defend well on their counterattack. We want to do all of that. So that's similar. It's up here. It's the mental side of the game that you have to remind them that this isn't finished. That this game could take a turn for the worse. I mean, if they score early, then then they think they have a chance. So tactics, training, all of that, it's a normal week for us. But the messaging and the film work and some of that stuff will hit that message pretty hard.
Brian, if the message is to play smart, I'm assuming you're saying play smart and composure. How much of a luxury is it to A, have been in the same place before, and B, have a team full of veterans that know how to play smart?
It's a lot, but again, they're human, right? So whenever they see a sniff of a goal opportunity, they might try and force a pass inside or whatever, and ball turns over and all of a sudden it's a counterattack. So playing smart means making sure that one of two things happen: that if you see the opening, which I want, then make sure your pass is good, or if it looks like it's a little tight, then let's come out here, establish some possession over here, bring it back over here, and that gap might be even wider, so you can set the pass in. So playing smart means a couple of different things. And again, each game is a little different. We'll obviously see how Houston comes out, what their mindset is all about, and then we'll make adjustments.
And then playing smart in the box, defending, not going for any reckless plays. It's just, how important is that? Because obviously a red card we saw in the other games can change.
Well, certainly those are, look, Jaleel's a good player. That was just one mistake. I mean, you can't kill the kid for that. We just have to be good individual defenders. We did a little session there just working on our defending crosses and clearances and eliminating some of their opportunities on set pieces. So, coaching is all the same. I'm sure Wilmer's doing the same thing. He's looking at our corner kick that Gustav scored, and he's probably working on his set piece defending. And that's just what we do.
Gustav might not be the flashiest player on your roster, but he's come to play a pretty important role for you guys. How would you sort of describe the role that he's played for you guys this season?
It's been important because he's, number one, played, probably more positions than he would like. And number two, as he's grown into the group and the season has progressed, he's played a big role in a lot of our successful matches. So it's been a pleasant surprise. We're very, very happy to have him. Would like him to stick around for a while.
And asking him, it did sound like center mid is definitely still his preferred role. What was that original conversation like? And also, how valuable is it for you to have a guy that is not only able but willing to fill in, even if he's not wild about it?
Well, he's a team guy. I mean, I asked Nico the same thing, dropping back a couple of those games when we were short midfielders, and, we've done that. We've asked Jordan Morris at times, would he prefer to play forward with, two forwards up front? Yes. Sometimes he has to play up there by himself. Sometimes he plays out on the wing. I mean, that's just what team guys do, and I think that's what speaks volume to, the guys that I mentioned, Gustav, Jordan, Nico. They all do whatever it takes to help the team win.
You guys lost a lot of leadership after last season, a lot of veteran guys that played an important role in the locker room. Has Gustav stepped into that role at all, do you think, as sort of a more veteran guy?
Sure. He's got a lot of experience. I mean, he's played in some big games, so that obviously helped. Victor's come here and he's played in some big games in La Liga. Kelvin has played in some big games. So, yes, there was a void, and we were cognizant of the vacuum of some of the leadership loss from last year. But, I think the team has done okay. I think we've done okay in that department.
Kind of going off that, how do you think the squad has managed to keep things afloat without two important guys like Ozzy and Jordan for all these playoffs this year after they played such important roles last year?
Well, Ozzy, Jordan, Brad, I mean, we've had other injuries along the year. We had some guys starting slow. again, it's just testament to guys that are willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win. I think it's part due to the mentality of that group because we have a bunch of leaders on the team, and the squad is strong, and you couple that with, or complement that with, guys like Harry Shipp that's come in and done well, young guys like Nuhu that have stepped up. We've had a lot of guys step up in key moments.
In that same regard, Will Bruin wasn't the biggest signing.
Don't forget about Will, yeah.
But how important has he been in the productivity?
Massive. I mean, that goal he scored, whenever you watch that was a really, really good goal. I mean, Jovan's ball was good, but Will had some work to do. He had to get up and guide it, direct it back into the upper corner. So he's been great.
Is it that you expected right off the bat with him, and you started seeing it? Or
no, our relationship grew. I mean, he was new to the team, and it's always like that. You always try and get to know the person. You get to know the soccer player. And in my book, he's okay in both counts.
Coach, when you play teams like Vancouver and Houston, it seems to, from our point of view, increase the risks associated with giving away the ball, given how much they're set up to counter. How has that changed how you manage the possession game over these last 3 games against these 2 very counter teams?
It hasn't really changed, but yes, you're absolutely correct. We just remind them of the emphasis of being a good possession team, which we are. But there have been games in the past where, we've been a little rushed, especially early on in the year. Early on in the year, we would defend. We'd get the ball, we'd try and go forward. Ball would turn over, we'd be, teams would pin us back, and it wasn't our best soccer. So I think we've evolved. I think we've learned. And again, part of the coaching is just reminding the players that what their strengths are.
How much does Christian's continued development play into that? He obviously plays a crucial position when it comes to the possession game.
Massive. The number 6, what do you call it, a 6, an 8, whatever you want to label him as. I mean, he's an all-around talented player. He thinks the game through. Can he clean up some of his touches? Yes, of course. That's his next evolution to, play, with our national team and stuff like that. But he's great. He's great. Ozzy's been great. Gustav's been great. I mean, we've been blessed to have pretty decent players in that spot.
What's your philosophy as a coach about running guys with limited experience out there in a playoff game, as opposed to a regular season game? I think of a guy like Alfaro or something. Is that do you just believe in throwing them out there, or do you prefer to ease them in if you have veterans that can do it?
We would prefer that everybody was healthy and had a better choice, but no, Tony gets on the field, he'll do fine. He'll be fine. He's played in some big games, for us. He's come actually off the bench. Like, sometimes it's harder when, a guy goes down, and, I think there was a game in Colorado, Marshall came out in the 13th minute or so. He's got to jump on there, and all of a sudden you got to go. So he'll be able to handle it.
How is Jordan's hamstring coming along? It looked like he was doing a little more work out there today.
He's fine. He's a tough kid. He'll be ready.
Best home record in club history in 2017. What does that say of the opportunity to clinch the conference at home?
It's testament to the players on this team. It's a tremendous group, and we'd love to have the opportunity for the game to go in our favor and celebrate with our fans. That would be great.
If you have the ability to manage a result, what's more important? Having a guy who's almost ready to be full healthy, get some play minutes, or to just rest the whole other game?
You're talking about Jordan or what I did with Victor and that sort of stuff?
Sure, or Ozzy.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, Ozzy. Yeah, all of those guys. If the game dictates, I can put them in. I'd love to put them in.